Okay, so my name is Damian Lang. I have Nykole Tyson here. She's from Making It Happen. It's a show that she does, and she does so much more. But she's a beautiful young lady, and she came up, having to apply herself. So without further ado, I want to introduce her.
Good morning, everyone. Awesome. You guys look beautiful for real. I know you were laughing when Damian said it, but you're very presentable, all of you.
No?
And I'm so happy to
Shaking?
be here with you this morning. As Damian said, my name is Nykole Tyson. I have a company called NT Media Productions, which produces a show called I'm Making It Happen. It's on TV and it's also on the radio. And basically, I just here to give you some pointers. When I was in school, like people used to come to school when I was in school and inspired me. I graduated from a complex. And I want to talk to you about building self-confidence and making the best decisions for yourself, right? And Damon touched on a lot of things that I'm going to basically just expound on. And so I went to college. Before I go to that, I went to college and I majored in communications with minors in business and journalism. Stayed in the States for some time, and then I decided to move back home. And so I encourage all of you to get your education, and then if you do determine that you want to fly or go to the States, think about coming back home and contributing, okay? But basically, let's talk about self-confidence. We have peer pressure every day. It doesn't stop when you're in school or when you graduate, it continues. And so I'm sure you experience peer pressure, and so you have to build, and you can have peer pressure positive, and you can have peer pressure that's negative. And so the kind of peer pressure that you experience would be determined by your association, so your friends. And so you want to be very particular about the people that you choose as friends. You don't always have to separate yourself, but you can limit your interactions if you realize that that interaction is not as positive as you want it to be, or you can expand your associations to help you in whatever area you want to be growing in, especially if you see somebody that's doing something positive that you want to as well do. There's nothing wrong with befriending that person genuinely. And so we talk about self-confidence, right? How do you build your self-confidence? Can anybody tell me? How do you build your self-confidence? Oh, you have your hand up? Don't be shy, I only have a few minutes. So tell me, how you can build, just blurt it out. How do you think you can build your self-confidence? Money? Okay, what else? Be yourself, yes, that's good. And okay, so somebody said money. Definitely, you could apply money and make yourself look good, buy things that you like. Be yourself, definitely. And one more person, tell me, how do you think you could build your self-confidence? Love yourself, and what'd you say? Affirmations. That's what I'm talking about. Huh? Yeah, definitely. But you gotta build your confidence and then maintain it, because when you have confidence, it doesn't mean you're gonna always keep your confidence, Things can shake your confidence. So you have to know when to build your confidence back up. People could shake your confidence. Situations you fail at tests, it could make you, make your confidence deteriorate. And so definitely, everybody that says self-love, affirmation, that's a big one. I did my affirmations this morning. Money, you can use that to help you improve yourself as well as be yourself. But I want to add too is the decisions that you make every single day. Okay, I'm gonna repeat that. The decisions you make every single day that's in your best interest, that's how you build your self-confidence. And so if you see something or someone doing something, or they're pressuring you to, like Damian was talking about, being with your boys, having a boyfriend, or skipping class, or just doing something you don't think that's in your best interest, that will have an effect on your self-confidence. But when you make the best decisions for yourself, even though it's against what everybody is doing, that builds your self-confidence. And it doesn't matter if the kids or other people laugh at you, but for yourself, like you said, somebody said, be yourself. When you know that you're being true to yourself, that's how you build your self-confidence. And it's very important in every area. Young lady, please pay attention. And it's very important that you continue to be true to yourself. And so the one person that said that, it was really important, because you got to make decisions that's in your best interest. And that's how it's going to build you up. And so the decisions you make are very important. Also, it's going to help you withstand your peer pressure, because you're going to get it either way. It doesn't stop when you graduate from high school. It continues when you're in your workplace, when you go to college, when you go take a trade. People are always going to be just doing something that's going to influence you. We are influenced every day, as you can determine, you can think about it or not. Social media is an influence. And so you have to make sure that you're doing the right things, because you can get yourself in a trap that's going to affect your future. And so I'm going to tell you a story about me in a few, that I made a decision that could have affected me not being with you guys today. You see, I stand here. I may look like I have it together right now, right? But I have my own issues, and also I've gone through school and had the same peer pressure, so I can come and talk to you about it. I've been bullied in school and had to stand up and act like I'm going to fight. Never had to get in a fight, but I did have to defend myself, in Arthur Richards and Complex. And so that builds you up. All of these things that you guys are going to go through is going to build you up when you graduate. You are learning to be young women that's going to be active in our society. And we need you to make the right decisions for yourself. You're only going to be in high school for a finite amount of time. After this, you're going to have to live your life. And those who are making the best decisions right now will have the better future. And it's not, it might seem like what they say, like, I forget the word right now. Corny to get your education right now, but it's not corny. They don't use corny anymore. Oh, see, I'm outdated. I'm dating myself. What do you guys use? Huh? Cringe? Oh, cringe. Okay, I learned something today. But you guys could add this. It's gonna come back, because everything in the old coming back to the new. So you could use corny too. But you know what I'm talking about, right? And so it might sound cringe, but it's the truth. You gotta take your education seriously. The people that are skipping school, going with boys, I hear all kind of stories. Going with boys, if they have boyfriends, and things like that, they're not going to be the ones that's going to be having the most success. I'm telling you, people that's always joking in class and interrupting the class and disrespecting their teachers, they may look cool, but they're not. The bad boys, they don't really amount to much. They sometimes end up as, I've seen people I knew from school, they end up as people on the streets. Bums, right word, okay, she said it. They end up as bums. I had people in school I knew that used to be popular, skipping class, everybody knew them, having fun, joking. They end up as bums on the street, okay? Now, this doesn't always happen, but it can happen. So as I wrap up, I just want to instill or emphasize that I really implore you guys to make the best decisions. The story that I want to leave you with is that when I was in school, I was in Arthur Richards. I had just came from Arthur Richards from my private school. And I was being bullied like all the time because I spoke differently. I dressed differently. I did my homework. Can you imagine? I was bullied for turning in my homework. And I had to defend myself multiple times. I had friends that used to pick up for me all the time, but it was this one time that I didn't feel like having anybody pick up for me. And a girl wanted to fight me. And this one girl, she used to fight boys and win. And she wanted to fight me. So what do you think I want to do? I want to get beat up, right? So I went to my uncle and I said, look, I need you to pick me up from school early because this girl want to fight me. The reason why she wanted to fight me is because I was sitting on Williams Light Turf at that time in Arthur, and she was throwing cologne on people, and I tell her, don't throw it on me. It stunk, don't throw it on me. So she get vexed, call me all kind of names, and tell me don't come back to school the next day because she's going to beat me, right? So I didn't take it as a joke because I've seen her fight boys and win. So my uncle thought it was a joke. He was like only a couple years older than me. So he thought it was a joke. He was going to Central at the time and thought it was a joke. And he said, you're going to get beat. So he ain't coming to school to pick me up. All right. So I said, well, I ain't going to get beat for nobody. So I went and I got a knife. And I braided my hair in two. I put it in my bag. I wore my pants. And I wore my sneakers. And if anybody knew, that was unlike me because I was always preppy, skirt, shoes, everything. So I went to school that day where I took the knife out the night before because I knew people would see me, in the morning. It was too many, my parents it would just be too visible. So I did that at night, put a knife in my bag. The bad thing when I went to the school is that the monitors did not check me because I was always preppy. I was always a good student. So they didn't check me. They just see Tyson and let me go through the gate. But I had a knife in my bag, and I didn't tell any of my friends because I wanted to deal with this problem myself. So it was after school, and I made sure I got out of class early. And I went to sit down on the Williams Delight turf by myself before anybody came. And I was waiting for her, right? So what do you think I'm gonna do, right? Right. But I wasn't thinking of what I'm gonna do. I just thought I want to defend myself. I ain't getting beat for nobody, right? So I just put my backpack in front of me, the knife was in the front, and I sat down on the Williams Delight turf waiting for her. The good thing about this is that she saw me, but she stayed across the street. So in Arthur Richards or in John H. Woodson, the street you coming out of school with a canopy, you have that sidewalk and then a sidewalk across the street. So I was sitting across the street and she was walking back and forth looking at me. And she kept looking at me. And she walked back and forth, watching me. And I sat there watching her. I know I was ready for her, right? And her bus came. She walked back and forth so much, her bus came, and she went on a bus. And then I went home, and I put the knife back. Yeah, and I was lucky too. You know why? I forgot about that. We became the best of friends. So it's the same after that. Listen. We became the best of friends after that, but she didn't know I had a knife. What happened is that I stood up, right? Possibly she said, okay, she must be ready to fight. Maybe I have people to jump her. I don't know what she was thinking. Whatever the thought she was, she didn't come across that street that day. And that was for her benefit, but not only for her benefit, that was for my benefit. I went home, put the knife back, and I totally forgot about that situation. The next day, I went back, sat on Williams Delight turf, and we started talking, and we became the best of friends. That beef was squashed. But let me finish, I'll come to you. So what happened is that, that's what I want you guys to know. Just because you have a beef don't mean that you can't be friends. You can't squash it. Nothing is impossible, all right? But what happened is that I forgot about the situation until I was graduating from college. So that's 8th grade, and now I'm in college, right? That was like how many years? I don't even know, 7 years? And so I'm sitting down on my bed in college, in the States, and just reminiscing of how did I get here? And I'm so proud of myself. And then imagine what I remembered. I remembered that situation in 8th grade when that girl I was gonna fight and possibly stab. And I started crying. Why did I start crying? Huh? Exactly, the consequences. I wouldn't have been sitting there graduating from college if she had stepped up and started to want to fight me, because I wasn't thinking about my consequences, and that's what I want to leave you guys with. Every day is a decision that you can make, and that can affect your future, all right? Do not take every day lightly. Every decision you make matters, all right? I'm talking about a situation with a fight, but it could be skipping school one day. It could be going off with your friends in some place that might end up putting you in a bad situation. It might not be doing your homework and failing and having to stay back. These decisions add up, and they will determine your future, all right? And so I started crying, and I remember that day, and I was like, oh my God, I would not be here. I would not be graduating. And I get emotional every time I think about that because I wasn't thinking. And a lot of times you're not thinking as students. You're not thinking about the long-term effects of your actions, okay? And so I'm standing here today to be able to express that to you and let you know that this is the best time of your life. Believe it or not. When you graduated, you will realize that. So have fun, make your best decisions that you can, and keep making it happen, as the motto of my show is. I'm Nykole Tyson. It was a pleasure being with you guys today. And I look forward to connecting with you guys another time. I know that somebody had a question. You still have your question? Speak up. How what? Yeah. How we became friends? Yeah, I went back. Huh? Okay, I haven't seen her since I think high school, but we're friends on Facebook. She doesn't even know this situation. I don't even think she remembers. Huh? No, I totally forgot about it till college. Listen, I don't even know she remembered, because remember, bullies don't remember things that they do, you know. When people are bullying people, they don't remember. So she might not even remember that she was bullying me that day and she said she was going to fight me, because she used to fight so many people. But then again, that's something to remind you that bullies, do not underestimate the people that you bully, because they might be coming with things you don't even know. And the quietest person can have a severe reaction. All right? So treat people like how you want to be treated, and, hopefully everything will go well. But sometimes you do have to defend yourself. Do not defend yourself with any, physical items like a knife or a gun or nothing like that. But I'm coming here to tell you that it's not worth it. And that your future, you guys have bright futures. I look forward to seeing you guys in all of your different endeavors in the future. That's coming near every day. It's going so fast. So you're going to be graduating soon. I'm here. You can find me on Facebook at I'm Making It Happen. I'm always open to, mentoring students. I've mentored a lot of children that's grown up now. And so thank you for the time. If there's no other questions, anybody has any other questions? Okay, great. Well, thank you for the time. Again, Nykole Tyson, and I appreciate sharing with you today. All right?